guys, it's Sentetsu97, and today, with the release of Smash Ultimate just happening the other day, I wanted to make a few videos specifically about what makes a character good, and if or if not, you should play them. I'm doing this specifically for anybody, so just if you're even beginning to play Smash, this is probably a great place to start. So let's get started with episode 1. So today we're going to talk about neutral, and more specifically characters' options in the neutral, rather than how people play the neutral and how it evolves. So think of the neutral game of a character as being what options they have when the timer starts and the match begins, right? So a character like Fox has a couple of options, let's say. Like he can laser from afar, he can dash attack or dash grab, or he can try to space back airs and up tilts on the opponent's shield. A character with Ganondorf, like Ganondorf, right, has less options. He has to be aggressive because he doesn't have any projectiles or very good zoning options, aside from perhaps back air. So he has to go in with dash attack, with side B, and really try to bait and punish people with his shield and his tilts. So that's like a difference between the options available to Fox and the options available to Ganon, right? Like comparing those two characters, you can kind of see that one just has a better set of things he can do, and it's more diverse than the other. Like, think about it like a deck of cards in poker. Sometimes you just have to play what the hand you're dealt, and sometimes you're given a really, really good hand. Like, let's say you had a 7, a 6, a 3, a jack, and a queen. That wouldn't be as good as, let's say, a royal flush, right? If you had a jack, a king, a queen, an ace, and 10, I believe that's a royal flush. If you had one of those, you would obviously have a better hand. So sometimes you have a better hand objectively than somebody else. And I mean, the best players can make the best out of even a shitty hand, but they do realize that having a better hand is always better, which is why top tiers exist. Players like Zero or like, let's say, Nairo, they have secondaries like Ganon or maybe Robin, Smash 4 Robin specifically, which aren't maybe as good, but they can still play them at a high level because they understand how to make the best of limited options. They choose, however, to play Diddy Kong or Zero Suit Samus because those characters just have more options available to them, so they don't have to worry about being put in really bad situations like Robin and Ganondorf could be in. And that's what a lot of people don't recognize, is they want to play just the character that's their favorite, but they don't realize that playing their favorite characters, if you play too many of them, and if you play ones who just have really limited options, that you're really not exploring the full extent of the game. It's kind of like you're being held back from your full potential, and that's why it's important to pick characters who have a lot of options and therefore allow you to excel more and learn more of the game as you go on. Now, the neutral game itself is much more of a different beast. It evolves as the match goes on, and it evolves as the meta goes on, and it evolves as you change as a player. People who start off very, very aggressive can become much more passive in different matchups. Like Nairo, for example, when he fought Elegant in Nairo Saga, he switched to a much more passive playstyle in order to beat him. So people and matchups change according to the times and according to what is necessary for that player to win. So a neutral game is always there, and it's always the capability that the character has combined with the imagination and the knowledge of the player and how the player uses that character's capabilities to their full potential, essentially. So it's kind of like you have a Swiss Army knife, but only you know how to use it to its full extent. because you are the player, and that means that the driver of the car is more important than the car itself. So it's important to understand that no matter what happens, you are in control of what happens in the match. Characters with a good neutral game include Fox, Lucina, and Diddy Kong. Those characters have a lot of different options available to them. They can play defensively, they can play aggressively, and they can play at different ranges. So, like Fox can play mid range, long range, and short range. Diddy can play mid range and short range. Lucina can play mid range and short range, for example, right? So those characters have the capability of playing at different ranges and using different capabilities, like different moves at different times. Whereas characters, for example, like let's say Duck Hunt, for example, have really good long range games, but might not have so much, you know, good options available to them in short range, like really up close, versus characters like Fox, right? So understanding that is key to understand. If you guys enjoyed the video today, leave a like and comment if you did, and please subscribe for future Smash Ultimate content.